Hey YouTubers, Starfire here. So for a while it's just gonna be me that's doing the reviews. Raven is self-quarantining because there may have been a possible exposure at her workplace. And yeah, so I'm gonna be doing these on my own, unless we figure out something to where we can like record, together from our like respective houses or something. Um, But yeah, so I'm going to do the Legends season finale, season 6, episode 15, The Fungus Among Us. Among Us, yeah. Um, so I thought it was a decent finale. There was a lot happening. Um, I'm glad that Sarah and Ava finally got married. It's been a long time coming. And it was nice that Nate officiated it. So basically, these creatures were like coming in droves and attacking, and and then Spooner was having her because she was connected with the fountain, and Constantine had turned into a mushroom, and so he was inside this, and Sarah ate a piece and talked to him, and he's like, we're all connected. So when they realized that, when this influx of all these like I don't know what kind of creatures they're called, but these creatures was trying to attack them, like zombie-like creatures, not zombies, but I don't know. But anyway, they were able to like Spooner was able to give powers to each of them so that they could like fight them off. And before this infestation had happened, Sarah and Ava were in the process of getting married, and so they didn't finish getting married. And so then they all like surrounded Eva and Sarah, and they were able to finish their vows and get married. And once they did, the power from the fountain wiped out all the monsters, and they were saved. Yay! Which was really cool, actually. And then we have Bishop, who was all pissed that it didn't go the way he wanted, so he was going to try to kill them. And guess what? Mix and Kayla's babies hatched and devoured him. So he is no more. Yay! Bye, Bishop. See you never. And they're really cute. And it was cute how one of them like sat on top of Mick's head. Yeah. And so Mick is going to be leaving. He's like, it's time for me to move on to like a new job with a new partner. And Sarah's like, yeah, I was thinking this was gonna gonna come soon, And she's like, you always have a home here on the Waverider, and yeah. So this is Mick's send off. I'm glad that he was on the whole season and didn't leave before the season ended like Ray did. And that we got to have this full story of him this season. And it was really nice to see that for his character. Yeah. So I'm glad that he gets to leave the way that he does, and hopefully we'll see him again in like guest appearances or something, or crossovers. Yeah. And Kayla, I'm so happy that she stayed with them, and like they were gonna be a family, and that she like changed her mind and decided to do that. That was really awesome. And I like this group right now. And Bayrod singing during Sarah and Ava's wedding song, a cover of Songbird, that was so pretty and so beautiful. Like I was singing along. I loved that. Yeah, so And then we had another version of Bishop that was like helping and doctor and stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll net. Now that I see what happened with the other version of me, I won't let this happen. And Ray's like, yeah, well, you're going to live out that particular scenario. And he sends him back home. And I'm like, good. Now we do not want him on our Earth at all. So just completely remove him from the narrative. Like, yeah. So, and then we see Constantine talk to Zari and saying that, you know, his soul's a demon again and he has to go and stuff. Because, I mean, obviously we're going to see him in a new role next season. So when he showed up, I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, oh, okay. So he's still like not going to be part of it. Like he's leaving. This is his end, you know? So yeah, like I've said, like I've been saying, it's going to be really weird to see him play something other than Constantine because that's what I associate him with because of his own show Constantine and then being on this. So I'm excited to see the new role, but I'm also going to be like, so. And then, just as they think everything is good and they're heading back to the Wave Rider, another ship comes and blows it up. So now what? What's going to happen in the new season? I don't know any of the information because I haven't really been like reading a lot of stuff about what's upcoming for the season. The only thing I know is that, you know, Matt Ryan is going to be in a new role. But I don't really know what is going to happen going forward. So if anybody has that information or has predictions of what's going to happen based off what we saw in the finale, especially the very last scene, go ahead and put that in the comments. Yeah, so I was pretty happy with this episode for the most part. I mean, I felt like there were certain things that were a little rushed and like done in a way that maybe they could have been done differently, such as, I don't know, maybe not, but it was just nice to see them all working together and like being badass. And I'm glad that Spooner was able to help her mom and so that she'd still be able to see her and everything. And Gary telling Ava just to improvise, like, because she's so used to organization and like planning everything out and like being meticulous in that way, and having to improvise on something like vows is like really difficult for her. But you know, like he was saying, when you do it in the moment, it's going to be true and genuine because it's from your heart and everything. And so it ended up going really well. Because sometimes when you try to like plan it out, it doesn't work the way you want it to. And so you just have to say what you're feeling in the moment. And, you know, especially with something as like important as a wedding. So I'm glad that Gary told her that because it ended up working out. But yeah, I really don't know what's going to happen next season. And I know that we were saying that, you know, based off how the finale was and like how the beginning of season 7 is, will determine if we continue reviewing this show. And that still might be the case with me because it just depends on things. I mean, I will definitely be watching it, but we'll see if I continue to review. We've been kind of off and on with this show in the past where like we reviewed for a while, then we stopped, then she was doing it by herself, and then I came back to it and started, you know, doing it with her or vice versa. And So, you know, the finale was good. I'd give it probably like 3.5 out of 5. But it just all depends because, we have a lot of things that we're reviewing at the moment, and it can be a lot sometimes. So, I mean, I'm glad we're getting a little bit of a break with Legends. And then The Outpost is going to end the week before season 7 premieres of Legends. And then we're going to have, Legends and Supergirl. And, so right now it's going to be The Outpost and Supergirl until The Outpost ends. And then Supergirl is going to finish in November, the week before the Flash season premiere. So yeah, it's going to be a lot, but we'll make it work somehow. And yeah, other than this season overall was, I feel like, one of the weaker seasons. There were some good things about it, but overall it wasn't one of my favorite seasons by any means. As an overall season, I'd probably give it about a 3 out of 5. Just because it was okay, but it wasn't amazing. And I don't know how Raven would feel. She'd probably give it less than that because she really was pissed about the whole Sarah thing. But that's my rating. So yeah. Give me your thoughts. What would you rate the season? Like, what are your opinions about it? How do you feel about the season as a whole? How do you feel about the episode? Let me know in the comments. All right. That's about all I have to say. So I guess until next time, always stay true to who you are.